Hi, welcome back to Anfield Index TV. I'm Nina Kauser, and on today's episode we're going to talk about a heated debate whether Liverpool should bin off the Champions League and focus on the league because it's been 29 years since we last won it. So if you want to know my thoughts, just keep watching. First of all, let me start off by saying what a load of absolute bollocks. No, you don't bin off the Champions League. It's a personal reason, maybe it's a bit selfish, but I love the Champions League. I've watched it from a very young age. Some of the best teams, the best players. I grew up on it. When Liverpool weren't in it, I dreamed about Liverpool being in it. So for me to bin that tournament is an absolute no, you don't do that. I believe that this team is good enough, the players are good enough, and I feel like the manager has experience in this competition, and I feel like we can do pretty well in it. That's just my thoughts. The next point, which leads me on quite nicely from my previous one, is I hate to sound all Tony Montana on you, but money. I'm sorry, the amount of money you get from Champions League football, it makes clubs richer. Again, it's rewarded, it's seen as a big thing. Clubs, it's a motivation for clubs. I mean, even Europa League now, you think about it, you win the Europa League, you get Champions League football. Some teams have really started to take that seriously. You know, it's a fast track into Champions League football. It's huge. It's a selling point. And again, I'm going to sound like Tony Montana, but you get the money, you get the players. That's power. You get power, and then you start winning games, and it's respect, and that is how you become a massive force in Europe. Are you telling me the likes of Fabinho and Alisson would have joined Liverpool had we not made that final? Had we not secured Champions League football again? Really, honestly, tell me, would they? I don't think so. Those are those players that we signed. Now let's focus on the players that we already had. You know, you look at how bitterly disappointed maybe somebody like Mo Salah was, and then you've got people like Virgil van Dijk, you know, some great players, Roberto Firmino, Sadio Mane, Gini Wijnaldum. You think about those players, Naby Keita as well, who's a new boy. But are you telling me that those boys are not looking at this Champions League and thinking, hey, we're good enough to play here, we belong here? And is it not a motivation, and doesn't it keep them happy? If we don't have Champions League football, or if we don't take it seriously, do you really think they want to stay around for a team that can only focus on one thing, that can only focus on one competition? I don't think so. Now, I'm going to put a disclaimer out there. I don't know Jurgen Klopp. I don't know what he's thinking. I don't have him on speed dial. But, you know, if there's anything to go by, we've been in Europe under Jurgen Klopp twice, and twice we made the final in the Europa League, and of course last season we never quite made it over the finish line, and that is quite disappointing. But I think we can all assume and say that he takes Europe very seriously. He respects it, he gets it, and I can't see him binning it off so easily. I think there's just too much respect involved and personal pride. And on a side note from that, what team are we playing in the Champions League? If you live under a rock, it's Bayern Munich. He absolutely hates Bayern Munich. Do you think he's going to bin off the chance to get revenge over the final loss when he was at Borussia Dortmund, and Bayern Munich taking all his players? Do you think he's going to give that up? Really? I mean, this is like an aging Bayern side. They've got some problems. They've got a brand new manager, a new inexperienced manager in Kovac. Do you think he's going to just kind of ignore all those factors? Do you not think he wants revenge? I mean, I personally would. I would scalp them. I'd love to. Naturally, if you were in Jurgen Klopp's position. And I think my last and final point is as simple as this. We're in a title battle with Manchester City, who, as we all know, have the better players, have better funds and resources, and have a stronger bench. They can deal with injuries better. But they are challenging on all four fronts with Pep Guardiola. And Liverpool have thrown away the League Cup, cool with that. They threw away the FA Cup, cool with that. I think the players don't really take it all that seriously. Certainly the ones that aren't from England anyway, they don't quite get the magic of the FA Cup, shall we say. And you look at Champions League, and if we bin that off as well, I mean, it's kind of a bit of a negative message in my opinion, and it's a massive gamble. So for me, I think we should challenge on both. Let me know what you think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Are you that desperate for the championship that you are willing to give up the Champions League? Let me know. Comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Whilst you're here, please subscribe. I will make this a regular thing. Comment down below. Let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in my next episode.